Alright, guys, it is March 28th, 2026, roughly 1 a.m. I wanted to tell you something. In the past videos, I told you how I don't respond to my father's phone calls, I ignore him, the biological father, because he's who matters, unlike my stepfather. Also, I live in my biological mom's house right now. So, I wanted to tell you why I blocked my biological father and when I'm unblocking him. I'll unblock him in about 3 months from now. That's when I'll meet him. Why? Because in the next 3 months, I'll do something that will make it impossible for me to need to block him. So I actually blocked him because he'd micromanage me. He says he says stuff like, you're changing very fast in this period, and you shouldn't do that because it's a waste of time. So he micromanages me. That's why I don't talk with him. Weirdly enough, he still gives me money while I ignore him, but I don't expect him to send money in the next 3 months. He likely stopped doing it in like 3 days, I guess. Not sure, but I expect that, to be honest. That's why I'm so focused on building skill stacks of money. Not just that, of course, not at all just that. So yeah, right now I'm actually 16.82 years old. I'm not 16 and a half years old. Yeah, and I was very seriously considering to block in between the ages of 16.82 and 18 years old. I finally found what I'd lock in on. Until now, I wasn't really sure. Why wasn't I sure? Because I don't have to say why. It's just not having clarity, purpose. I was sitting here basically in my bedroom all day. Now I'm not staying on my bedroom all day. I mean, I'm not staying on my bed all day. That's what I mean. I'm learning coding in there. Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, I'm like this because it's much more comfortable to live this way during a lock-in, you know. This creates more mental bandwidth to focus on what matters, you know. You don't feel this. It's much easier to focus when you don't have hair on your head, you know. You don't have this uncomfortable oil that accumulates fast and so on. It doesn't distract you. It's much easier to wash your teeth, wash your face. I mean, it ain't that hard because you don't have to spend another 3 minutes to like dry your hair after you wash your face, you know. After you wash your face, you don't have to spend another 4 minutes drying your hair, you know. So yeah, I'm planning to lock in ideally full time. So yeah, I suppose I have full time free time between the ages of 16.82 years old and 18 years old. That's a lot. So ChatGPT like believes that when I'll be 18 years old, I'll be decades ahead of peers. I'll have a portfolio that rivals college grads. So yeah, the skill stack I lock in on. The skill stack I would lock in on is coding, design, and marketing. It's basically for freelance work, jobs. I guess it's automatically also something that once I master at an advanced level, which is until 18 years old, by the way, because I'm fully locked in. This is crazy. Most people can't psychologically support this. I believe this skill stack will also make me a startup founder very easily. So I suppose that I accumulate one skill, I'm a freelancer then. Make some money, why not? To live easier, to make my life easier. Make another skill. Boom, you make more money as a freelancer, let's say. The third skill, boom, you become a startup founder, which is basically my dream. I can't really explain why I'm so inclined toward being this startup founder, which makes as much money as possible. I mean, I want to have the wealthiest company in the world at some point in my life, and I'll do that through. I want to do that with being startup founder. Not necessarily in tech, because I see there is this startup named Sperm Racing. Crazy, crazy. It's expected to grow very popular and wealthy, and it's not even in tech. It's a bit crazy, at least mostly. So that kind of changed my perspective, I would say. You know, uh, I dropped out of 10th grade. My peers are still in 10th grade. During the summer after 8th grade, I locked in on learning physics for 1 month, as I told you already. And it felt psychologically hard. That's why I said it'll be psychologically hard for me to lock in again, especially for a more time period. For a period of time, yeah. It's a bigger period of time, so it'll be harder. But when 9th grade began, I tried to see, did I actually get any psychological damage? Because the psychological pain persisted, where I was locked in. I wanted to see if it was just an illusion. How did I see that? So I went to a robotics club I think I told you that already. But about this thing, not the robotics club itself. Because this is obvious, I told you about robotics club. I remember that. I definitely remember that. Wow, do you understand me, guys, when I speak this way? Hopefully, yes. And yeah, I was pretty well functioning in a team. It's like social skills. So I measured my psychological health by seeing how well I behavior in a team? Am I very weird socially? If yes, then you have real psychological damage, which I definitely always knew is reversible. You know, I mean, Robert Greene, he wrote 48 Laws of Power, says you become worse at socializing when you're lucky, and I didn't really become worse. A lot of people never become worse socializing, by the way. Actually, I did, but I quickly catched up being normal in society. Because, I would have, like, in the first days of school, I would be like this, in the middle of the lesson. Not exactly like this, but you get the point. I was making bad social cues. I analyzed them pretty well, though, but I was making bad social cues, I mean, people would stare at me during the lesson and would laugh, some of them, not all of them. Probably because some of them, like, the ones, I mean, who didn't stare went for something similar. They know what that is. But the ones who didn't go for what I went through didn't go for what I went for, of course. That's why they were staring at me. Anyways, I quickly catched up. So, like just now I was wondering, how much time will it take me to catch up after this literal, genuine, great lock-in? Yeah, I'm showing you a bit of my quirks right now. When I do stuff like this is a quirk of mine. Most people don't show people what quirks they have unless they film porn. Hell, I'm not filming. I didn't, and I'm not gonna film porn. But did I just partially film porn? What a weird question. I don't think so, though. But this ain't a quirk. I know, like, people do this when they think. It's more like a social cue from what I know, like this one. But this is, I don't know what it is. It's like exploration of your body. Whatever. I didn't finish reading what ChatGPT was telling me. Fuck, do I think I'll get distracted along the way and want to accomplish the skill stack by the end of turning 18 years old? That will definitely happen if I just fall off the routine. If I move to another country, or if something bad happens in my life, nothing should really happen. Unless I go to a social club, the things might change. Anyways, I wanted to tell you something else. Like, why I want to learn this and not just learn in a team all this stuff at the social club. Because I don't feel comfortable. I just want to come to a club or some team with all of the skills learned, to help them. I don't like learning from zero in a team. It just doesn't feel comfortable. I actually tried to do that, and it wasn't really cool at robotics club. I was kind of at the bottom of the social hierarchy there. Interns are like that, but interns aren't really around the best guys in there, side by side, because we were like 6, 7 there. Well, or 11. I do not remember. Between 16 and 11. Big difference, I know. More like 8, 9, I guess. But yeah, the final answer is 8, 9. Have a good one, guys. I'll update you, I guess. ChatGPT said that I should film everything because this is marketing. Oh my god, Kos, whether you're watching this video or not, you filmed a lot of videos until now, and I believe they're more like an exercise, not something you'd post, but who knows? Have a good one, I guess.